Muhammad was well received in Yathrib, and the people named their city Madinatu an-Nabi, the city of the prophet, or Medina for short. Not long after his arrival, the prophet built the first mosque from which he began delivering his messages. Along with his spiritual development, the prophet made other social and political developments in the city. These developments served to establish peace and strengthen the bonds amongst the people in the city. He established a peace between two major tribes in the city. He also established a transitional league of brotherhood between the Meccan emigrants and the Medinan Muslims. With the 13 Jewish tribes living in Medina, he forged a treaty called the Constitution of Medina, which ensured everyone's freedom and safety. People's political rights, freedom of belief, freedom of enterprise, and trade were protected. Also, this constitutional document spelled out individual citizen obligations, sanctity of life, prevention of crime, laws of municipalities, and the dignity and equality of people governed under the law.
Prophet Muhammad established a charter or a constitution which clearly established the rights and the duties of non-Muslims, and in particular Jews and Christians within the community. And there was an alliance.
There were alliances between Muslims and Christians and alliances between Muslims and Jews. Therefore, the idea that we are all descended from the same Abrahamic religion holds true.
The Constitution of Medina really demonstrated the extent to which Medina was not simply a Muslim city or a Muslim community. That in fact, Medina was to be a community that incorporated people of other faiths.
Here in Medina, the prophet was reaching out to the Jews. He was teaching the Muslims and Jews who attended his sermons what was revealed to him from the stories of Moses, Jesus, and other Israelite prophets. Also, the Muslims were told to face Jerusalem in their prayers, like the Jews and Christians did.
As we also know, early on, the prophet expected that Jews would, in time, accept the message of Islam. And indeed, the early Muslims faced Jerusalem initially. However, when it became clear that that acceptance wasn't going to come, the Quran revealed to Muhammad that the direction of prayer be changed to Mecca.
Regarding Muhammad's grand work in Medina in establishing law and order, Karen Armstrong, in her book, Muhammad, A Biography of the Prophet, stated, "Unlike Christianity, which came to birth under the Roman Empire, where the social and political orders were already established, and Jesus and St. Paul had to mainly worry about the spiritual order, Arabia had no political or social order. Under this constitution, Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived in peace and harmony. It also gave protection to the Jews and Christians who were minorities in the Muslim lands."
The Golden Age, particularly in Spain in the medieval period, is a flourishing time, particularly of Jewish and Muslim collaboration. When Jews were able to live and prosper and contribute to the general society when they were a minority living under Islamic regimes.
As the new immigrants arrived into Medina, many of them fell ill, having no immunity against the kind of diseases existing there. The prophet formed a task force and asked them to remove the city's wastes from its streets to a trash dump area called Al-Jufa. He made this prayer, "O Allah, purify Medina and help us move its disposable to Al-Jufa, and cure our sick and make us love it in the same way you made us love Mecca." As a result of this work, a healthier environment for all the citizens was achieved. Another urban task Muslims conducted was improving the water and irrigation systems in Medina. The prophet, along with the city's water drilling experts, drew up plans for drilling 54 water wells in and around the city. Upon its completion, water for the city and for irrigation was plentiful. The prophet issued land deeds for improvements to dead land. He said, "Any who improves a dead land, he will have the right to own it." As a result of this work, the agriculture of the city grew and prospered. The third task the prophet undertook was to light the city streets. Tamim ben al-Azad-Dari had set lamps in the mosque of the Prophet to illuminate it. When the Prophet entered the mosque, he was pleased with what he saw. He asked Tamim to provide lamps for all the city streets in Medina. Upon the completion of this job, the Prophet said, "May Allah enlighten the heart of Tamim ad-Dari, for if I had a daughter, I would have asked her to marry him." From that point on, the city's name took an adjective to become Al-Madina al-Munawwara, or the Enlightened City. The spiritual, political, civic, and social developments of the city should help in understanding why Muslims do not separate religion and state. The question of separation between religion and state relevant to Islam is addressed by Karen Armstrong in her book, Muhammad, A Biography of the Prophet. She states, "In Europe, we have gradually evolved an ideal which separates church and state, and we usually blame Islam for confusing two areas that are essentially distinct. But the Christian experience should not prejudice us against other cultural and religious traditions, which have developed under different conditions.